Hi, this is Tom Salemi from OIS-TV, joined once again by Bob Dempsey, head of Shire's Ophthalmics franchise. I don't know why I have trouble saying that, Bob. It's pretty simple, but
Pretty simple name, Tom.
it's those ethnic names I have a problem with, like
Yes.
Dempsey. Yes, spell that with a D, right? So, congratulations on the big news. We
Yes.
had the podcast over the summer. We got to talk about Xiidra and the approval of Xiidra.
Yes.
And I understand that it's rolled out. Give us an update on.
Yes. So on July 11th, we gained the approval for Xiidra for the treatment of signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. In approximately 5 weeks, the 5 weeks have pharmacy stocked,
Yeah, how
have
do we
our
do
sales organization fully deployed, and out there calling on physicians. How did we do it? Well, it's been a labor of love
Yeah.
for approximately 2.5 years. We planned for this opportunity, and with the tremendous team that we have back in Lexington, and advanced planning, and then obviously flawlessly executing the plan has really put us in a great position. But more importantly, it's all about the product and it's all about the patients. To have a product, to have this beautiful label for signs and symptoms of dry eye, and a tremendous unmet need in which patients are suffering from dry eye disease. They're having, whether it's symptoms, visual fluctuations, discomfort with their eyes. To have a product that can help address these conditions, I think, has really set off the growth curve in a very positive way.
Was your sales team ready to go? You had them on board, or did
Yeah,
you have
so-
sort of a starting crew there?
Yeah, we made a strategic decision over a year ago as we were moving forward the development program that to really ramp up the sales organization would be a very important decision. So the team got together, made a decision that we would hire the sales organization in advance of the approval. And we activated the sales team to conduct what we call disease state education, to go in there and introduce Shire to the eye care community and to start the discussion around dry eye disease. Knowing that upon approval, we could quickly pivot and have the sales organization then start to promote Xiidra in full force to the eye care community. And when I say the eye care community, I'm very, very proud of one of the decisions we made to focus on ophthalmology and optometry. More and more we see both of these specialties working together in the management of dry eye disease. And to see the response by both specialties has been very, very positive to date.
So, you were able to? I guess my question is: it more of a push toward selling to the physicians and the optometrists, or is it also a big push into the consumer? Because people,
Yeah.
my wife went to the optometrist. She's wearing contacts. She said I got a little irritation later in the afternoon, and I'm like, well, that could be dry eye disease.
Exactly,
But
exactly.
she never heard of that before. What goes on to the consumer? What goes into the consumer push?
Well, I think that it's really two campaigns. So let's take a moment to look at the professional campaigns. So obviously we have a branded campaign focused on the eye care professionals. And from day one, as we launched the franchise, we were focused both on ophthalmology and optometry. And in addition, we also know that there's a tremendous unmet need. You look at the statistics, and it's 30 million patients in the U.S. have symptoms of dry eye disease, of which 16 million have a diagnosis. Yet, 1 to 1.3 patients are being treated on a yearly basis. So we knew with that significant unmet need that we needed to activate these patients to think differently about dry eye disease. And obviously we've kicked off our campaign. Obviously you may have seen some of the commercials regarding I Love. Obviously we have a very well-known celebrity spokesperson. And really the goal of this is to help with the education of dry eye to the consumer. And the physicians have been very receptive to this campaign. They think that what Shire is doing from an educational standpoint, both to the consumer along with to the eye care professionals, has been received very positively.
Are we allowed to say the spokesperson's name? Jennifer Aniston, is there some regulation against that?
No, you can say
I
it.
can say it. Okay,
Yes,
I said it.
yes.
And
yeah.
just is she the only spokesperson, or is there another?
As of right now, she is our only spokesperson, and she's right now focused just on consumer awareness, consumer education, and that's the focus right now.
That's great. So this has been fun for me because I sort of started focusing on ophthalmology a couple of years ago, and we started talking then.
Yes.
And I've kind of watched the formation of this business unit from what you wanted it to be someday to what it actually is today.
Yeah.
And we're talking about that a bit today at OIS, the building an ophthalmic franchise. And
Yeah.
Shire's obviously been one of the first there, but now J&J's bought AMO. And
Yes.
Jim Mazo's leading Zeiss. There's a lot of movement in it. What's going on?
Yeah.
All these big players are beefing up in this sector.
Well, I think, first of all, eye care is very exciting.
Sure.
There's a significant unmet need, whether it's the anterior segment, posterior segment, inherited retinal diseases. With that in mind, Shire has an executive team that has tremendous amount of experience in the eye care space. And when we had the opportunity to purchase Sarcode approximately 3.5 years ago to gain access to lifidographs, we knew that we needed to build up our presence. And as the industry's been going through some trials and tribulations, we've been able to pick up some wonderful people with eye care experience. We know we have a potential to launch a blockbuster. So we needed to really ramp up our commercial team, our R&D team, and of course the medical affairs team to enter the market as you've seen us do. And so I think from the standpoint of Shire, really it's the focus of having an experienced team, having a significant unmet need, and having the resources to enter the market. And as you know, we're not dipping our toes in the water. We're building out a pipeline, a program to the front of the eye as well as the back of the eye, and really want to be a major player in the ophthalmic space going forward.
So is Xiidra / lifidograph / Sarcode, is that the playbook going forward? Is this how you add to this pipeline, or is that sort of just the thing to get things going, and you're going to count on your internally developed R&D to kind of keep it moving forward?
From a strategic decision standpoint, obviously having a foundation such as Xiidra is a great opportunity for the company. And we want to expand this not only in the U.S., but also international. So we're looking to expand in Canada, we're looking to expand in Europe, looking to expand in Asia Pacific. But having this being the foundation, we can now bolt on other opportunities for the anterior segment. So we want to be seen as a leader in the ocular surface disease. So as you know, one of the programs in the pipeline is for infectious conjunctivitis. So there's, again, another major unmet need. There's no product that exists for indicated for adenoviral conjunctivitis. That presents a tremendous opportunity for Shire. So we want to build the presence in the front of the eye with this program, again, not only in the U.S., but also globally. So I think a lot of companies have seen the success that we have had, want to follow the blueprint, and I think it's great for the eye care community, but more importantly, I think it's great for patients as we're going to be focused on addressing unmet needs.
Terrific. Well, so we've talked about sort of the consumer appeal, but what are you hearing from the physicians as far as the performance of Xiidra?
Oh, that's a great question. So early indicators are that it's performing very well. According to some of the analyst reports that we've been monitoring, they're reporting our market share of over 12%. Now that's 12% within 5 weeks of launching.
Wow.
We've seen new patients joining the, getting prescriptions for the medication. Our market share there is approximately 40%. So seeing the fact that the market is growing, based on the data that we have seen, the market has grown over 20%. Wow. In a relatively short time. And to see the uptick of Xiidra 5 weeks after launch has been very, very positive. So we are happy with the analysts' reports that they're what they're indicating, and to have a market share of over 12% 5 weeks into launch is a strong indication that the product is doing very well.
And your next earnings call is?
It will be in early November, and we'll be announcing top-line results at that moment.
Yeah, that'll be a highly listened to event,
yes,
I'm sure.
Yes. And I think not only within the eye care community, but obviously the entire pharmaceutical market is watching how this launch goes.
Excellent. Well, thanks for sharing your story at OIS and for joining us on OIS TV.
Appreciate the opportunity, Tom. Thank you.
Great.